Hey everybody, this time I'm Paul.
And I'm Ben, still.
For sure. We are just going to ramble a little bit. Hope that's alright with everyone. Ben, you've been playing a lot of GTA Online, yeah?
Of course.
Let's talk about that, Ben.
Alright, why not? Stimulus package hit me literally yesterday.
While I remain unstimulated.
Ooh. I don't know what to say to that. However, I'm afraid to touch it. Like, I've spent like the first $100,000 off of it.
Yeah.
I
took your nest egg?
Kinda. Like, I'm afraid to, because there's just so much to spend money on, and there's not enough money coming in, and so it's kind of become a little bit of a source of frustration. I still have.
Well, now you already had though an apartment, some nice cars. I mean,
Yeah.
You were already pretty set up before they dropped it.
Yeah, and I only bought one of those cars. The rest of them were stolen.
Woohoo!
And I sold one yesterday.
Double woohoo!
Sold the Dominator, actually.
Which one is that?
That's the
Is that the Mustang?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the best one. No, that's not true. My favorite car is still the Sabre Turbo. Has been since Vice City.
I need to show you my Sabre Turbo.
Well,
I made it. I made it a Z Zombie homage.
all right. So it's black and green then.
Black and green. Oh, I can't remember what the other color is.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Anyway, I haven't played much GTA Online because every minute spent not being Batman is a minute that I'm not being Batman.
Yeah.
So, although I gotta say it, Arkham Origins is a big fat letdown anyway. I don't want to spoil anything.
Really?
It's clear that Rocksteady was not at the helm the minute you pop into it. And a lot of this has already been said. There's not much point in reiterating it. Reviews out there reflected this, but the controls and the animations and everything are so deliberately paced and so tight and just pitch perfect in Arkham Asylum and in Arkham City. It's a little less so in Origins. It's still good.
But see, you're playing Batman when he first starts out, so the controls are going to be.
Well, sure. But I'm not.
They want you to feel like you're just starting out.
I'm not talking about that though, because I mean, he can still knock a man completely out with one punch. He's still got all of his gadgets, and I don't care about any of that. The narrative is important. The story is important, but ultimately it comes down to gameplay, and taking stuff away is less fun. Bungie talked about this a lot on when they went from Halo 3 to the stuff that came after, because they came up with some neat stuff in Halo 3. You're a Spartan, you're going to lift, a tank, so you're strong, and so they had the Spartans where they could take gun turrets and rip the turrets off and carry them around with a minigun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. So then the next game, you're not playing Spartans, you're playing regular, soldiers, but they can still do it. So what should they have done? Should they have taken something away that we've already started to like? Or should they let you go ahead and have the fun that you've already gotten used to? I say fun trumps all when it comes to a game. But with Batman, there's just a lot about it. The aesthetic is not as interesting, I guess. I mean, I know, it's supposed to be Gotham a few years earlier, but Gotham is one of those towns that's supposed to feel like it's been there forever.
Yeah.
Like, that town started probably before America started.
You see, like, a horse and carriage in the background?
Would not surprise anyone in Gotham to see it.
And they're building a clock tower?
Yeah. It's ostensibly set in what do you call it, in America, but...
I don't know how Back to the Future 3 got in there, but... I was thinking about a town's beginnings. Anyway, sorry.
Hill Valley, but tish. Big old pun right in the name.
Yeah.
You're Mad Dog Tannen. Nobody called me Mad Dog. Or something like that. I don't know. That was awful.
Marty!
Marty, you gotta come back to the future.
Again.
You
gotta go back to the future, but first to the past and then the future. And now back to the past.
No, that movie's called Back to the Well.
Okay. But Gotham starting out.
Anyway, Gotham feels like one of those old, European towns that No, that's not that's not a knock against it.
I'm sorry, I was going somewhere else. Go ahead.
Are you thinking like Fox News when they say European?
The only time I hear that is when I go to the bathroom.
Right on, brother. Right on. Anyway, it feels like an older town that is just built up over decades and decades.
Yeah.
And the new one, there's a blizzard in town, which is fine. That's the setting.
Have we ever seen it snow in
Where?
Gotham? I mean, it should.
Heart of Ice, dude. That's the number one thing most people think of when you mention Batman is Mr. Freeze.
Actually, there was a...
Ice to meet you, Ben.
I'm cold and lonely and cold.
Oh, man. This is going to some weird places. Anyway, Arkham Origins is bleak. That's what I'm getting at. Bleak. It feels kind of just bleak. I can't think of a better word to describe it than that.
Who's the villain in this?
Everybody, just like Arkham City.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's a...
They're advertising one in particular.
You mean Black Mask?
Yeah. What's his story? I've never heard of him.
He's been around for a while. He was look at Batman Under the Red Hood on Netflix.
Okay.
It's a great way to introduce yourself to Black Mask if you don't know who he is. He's just a mobster. He's
of course
a mobster with a black mask. He's just not that... Like so many of Batman's villains, he's just a guy.
Is that somebody who was dealt with and put away for good, or?
Well, they've all been dealt with and put away for good for a while. At one point or another.
I wasn't sure if there was something in his storyline that was specific to him not being around anymore, because I've never... As much as I love Batman, you think I would have run across him.
He was in at least some of the cartoons, I think.
None, any of them I've seen.
I don't know, because I get the cartoons and the cartoon films all kind of smooshed in together.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, they had, a lot of the stuff they were doing with the animated series back in the 90s was creating new stuff.
Yeah.
So, Rupert Thorne, that great mobster.
Who's that mud guy?
Clayface. He's been around since the 20s.
I like him.
Or not 20s, he's been around since the early,
Yeah.
At least Silver Age, probably Golden Age, because there's been like 3 or 4 different versions of him. They got these old versions where they're all dressed up like... Never mind. It doesn't matter. They're dressed up really silly and stuff. Because the main one was supposed to be an actor, and then the power switched somehow, and then the powers changed over the years. Most people just think of the animated series version. I'm pretty sure that's what they've used in the comics as well.
Yeah.
Matt Hagen.
Interesting character.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
So, anything in particular about Black Mask? Like, what is his...
Well, I don't want to get into spoilers, but...
Yeah.
There's really no way to go on from that sentence. I don't want to give anything away. It's a good game, but it's following 2 great games. You're talking about... This is the Apollo 13. It went to space. It didn't quite make it to the moon.
Went around the moon.
Sure, but they didn't get to land. They didn't get to hug the moon. They didn't get to love the moon. They had to miss the moon.
Poor Tom Hanks.
Poor Tom Hanks.
And Bacon.
And Kevin Bacon. Do you like Kevin Bacon?
I like the game.
What?
I think it's called...
6 Degrees of Separation?
Yeah.
It's like we're talking about video games.
There's a whole website based on this, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've ever seen a performance that I hated. Can't say I've seen one I've loved, but man...
No, he was great in...
Exactly.
Footloose.
Well, I mean, that movie's such a classic, though. I mean,
what have they done? Remade Footloose?
Oh,
why would you?
It made me cry.
That they remade it, not anything in the movie.
Yeah, well, I saw the commercials and I just said no, no.
You're probably better off.
Yeah.
I didn't see it either. I'm not the type of person who... I used to just...
This is what happened. 3 guys were sitting in a room somewhere going, okay, guys, what are we going to do to make some money?
Oh, I don't know, boss. I'm fresh out of ideas.
Hey, you, knucklehead, what are you going to do?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
All right, knuckleheads, this is what we're going to do. See? We're going to rip off a movie.
No, I oughta.
Hey, quiet down.
Ow.
All right.
You big bastard.
All right.
Your nuts off.
All right, you there. What's popular right now?
I hear the kids like that Glee on the TV.
Hey, that's a good idea, knucklehead. All right, so let's make a movie about singing and dancing. I know. All right, quiet down. Well, you can kind of see where that's going. We kind of ran out of steam there.
Well, yeah.
Nope. No connection to the website.
Never let it be said that
We didn't try.
we didn't distract ourselves with mindless pop trivia, pop culture references, and other shit that makes us laugh.
Yeah. Gotta love the Stooges.
Right on. Right on. Some versions, sure. Which one do you not like?
Which one?
Which Shemp, Curly Joe, Curly
Okay.
Sue?
I'm a Curly guy with respect to Shemp. Because not a lot of people know this, but Shemp was the actual original Stooge.
Really?
Yeah, when they did their stage show, which is all they were in vaudeville,
Sure.
Shemp was the main guy, and then when they started doing film, for whatever reason, Shemp had to go away or do something. I don't know. I don't remember that part of the story. Curly took over.
I did not know that.
And if you watch, they really both have their same flavors. Like not same, but they have their own different flavors and way of doing things. Like Shemp has the, I can't do it, but he goes, and then of course Curly is like, and all that.
Right on. All right, so
Then there's Curly Joe, who's just
We don't need to
straight
talk
up
about
assassinable.
that's a little dark for you, isn't it, Ben?
Hey, that's how I roll. That's
Okay, all right. We
That's
are Texans. We have guns.
that's my Batman's mask. And back to Batman. So
up the holes in your cake, Batman. Tish. So the problem
out of 5 stars, you'd give it.
I like to see a game through before I would ever even talk about that.
So you haven't finished it.
No, of course not.
It's a pretty big game, isn't it?
It's bigger than Arkham City in real estate, but it feels smaller because you can't get your hooks up to fly high enough. It feels like you're constantly running into the invisible ceiling, and that's kind of a problem. If you go down low, though, the architecture is built in a way that makes it clear that it's pretty big. It's a big map, but because of the blizzard and the curfew and the public would be at risk, no one but criminals are on the streets. Yahtzee was making fun of that this week. Is this just Goon Town? The only people here? As soon as you get out of college, or as soon as you get out of high school, on to Goon School, where you get your Goon diploma and start your long, glorious career of gooning. That guy's so funny.
I got a bookmark. Well, after we're done here, I want
EscapistMagazine.com. 0 punctuation.
We're gonna go there after the show here.
Once we're done. Stop pimping other people's stuff.
Hey, well, if it's worth putting out there, I mean, if it's worth talking about, let's talk about it.
I think he's funny.
Yeah. And I think you showed me a couple of them. He's the British guy who goes around just knocking.
Talks super fast and never has much nice to say, but he's a critic and it's for entertainment.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it as a solid review. I mean,
I got to be honest with you. I love crass humor, and with having said that, I love self-deprecating humor.
Right on.
Like Johnny Depp. Deprecating.
Dep.
There's a whole somewhere on the web. There's like 2 guys from Czechoslovakia or something with their accents going, "Oh, Charlie Hale, your princess is in another castle."
No.
Have you heard this?
No.
That's pretty hilarious. And they literally do the whole thing for like the song through each level.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Entertaining.
I saw a dude one time who he's a music major or something, so he took and did every part to the Halo theme music, which is done by a friggin' orchestra. I mean, he had like 5 windows going all at once.
Wow.
And each one he played and then mixed them all together and made a video and put it on YouTube. It's really good, too. I mean, really good. So kudos to that guy. Shout out to all my Halo peeps in the world. Respect.
And while we're on that, I saw a high school band do the theme song to Metal Gear.
Oh, that's impressive.
Ma, 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 ma.
Does that piece have a name?
Ma.
Songs of the Patriots or something?
I think it's Guns of the Patriots is the name of that
Probably.
song. I think.
My girlfriend's daughter, she goes to school at OSU, and I got to watch this really great video. They did a what is it called? A medley of Beatles songs.
Oh, yeah?
Tripping over my tongue today. Beatles songs, all in their big orchestration, and it's like a halftime thing. So they're making all the cool images and Hey Jude and all kinds of really neat stuff. It's on Facebook on their Facebook page. People should go look that up if you're interested in that stuff. Just the choreography of it is friggin' amazing, dude. I have no idea. I trip over my own ass. So
I saw the one that actually made national news. Mm-hmm. They did an homage, I guess, to Michael Jackson, and they actually formed a Michael Jackson on the field and made a moonwalk.
Oh, that's really impressive.
All band guys just doing their thing, and they
Well, it's like pixel art.
Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah.
Do you miss Michael Jackson, Ben?
Well, I haven't tried to shoot him.
Oh, stop that.
However, I miss his music.
I love that guy.
I don't know if I like the tabloidy Michael Jackson. Because
Well,
that just got out of hand.
Well,
and that's
problem,
not his fault
No.
necessarily. I mean, I don't think anybody knows really what...
None of us is ever going to know. I know one thing for sure. The minute you get any kind of success, some cocksucker is going to try and
That's true.
screw you over.
Oh, yeah, it happens every... Yeah.
The fact that it happened twice could be indicative of that, or it could be,
That
that it was actually
Yeah.
happening. I don't know. That's none of, that's between him and the families, and I hope if it did happen that those kids find some peace. But I still think the world is sore for not having his music.
Yeah.
He was a talented guy.
Yeah.
It's a shame that
Highly tormented.
very, very.
Yep.
And it's definitely a shame he had to go through all that.
He spent his last days in abroad, didn't he? Like he didn't die here in the States.
I don't know where they were. I thought in that Angela really loved that the movie that they came out, the documentary movie where they were talking about the end of his life. I think they were working on his next big show, and he just seemed healthy one day and the next. But who knows? I mean,
there's now news about his doctor. I haven't followed any of it, but apparently he was either released or indicted. I don't know which one. Not indicted. That's the wrong word. Sent up. He was either sent up or released. I don't remember which one. One of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have not heard that bit of news because, frankly, the news depresses me, and I'd rather be Batman.
Oh, Batman. Well,
when are you going to get around to playing Arkham City? Damn it!
God, it's hard. It's hard
No,
hard to shift gears. It's just hard.
Well, so tell me what else you've been doing in GTA Online, because we're hitting close to 20 minutes here.
Right. Okay. Well,
Give me a minute and a half wrap up.
I'm trying to figure out what car to buy, and what I'm probably going to do is try to work up and save up about $2 million. This is my goal. Now hold on.
Wait. Say it one more time.
I'm going to work up. Hold on. Let me back up here. I'm going to work and try to save up $2 million.
$2 million. Dun, dun, dun. I don't care what it is.
Tell me honestly, baby. Do I make you horny?
I gotta say, I've come full circle on Austin Powers. It got so ubiquitous in the popular culture that everyone was doing the jokes. It was I'm sick of it. Get it away. But it's been long enough now that I picked him up on Blu-ray at a used store over in Hewlin not long ago.
Yeah.
Watched all three of them, and they're funnier than ever, dude. they're still crazy funny.
I still
needed the break though because it was so out there.
I still lose it when they do the. Look at that thing in the sky. It looks like a giant hot dogs. Get your hot dogs.
Yeah. Wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm trying to figure out what big. I gotta have one big car like that. Just
big in size or big value?
Big in value.
You're gonna go for the cheetah.
I'm thinking about it.
The cheetah's the one that looks like a McLaren, right?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
It's the yellow. Like if you're looking at the ad, because I think the only way to get one is to buy it from the website.
Oh yeah.
It's the yellow. Like it looks like some sort of Formula One, like just crazy.
I don't know. I can't drive. I can't drive the slowest SUV in the game 3 feet without someone hitting it. So
I do pretty good.
I know you do. I've seen you play.
Sometimes, sometimes I'll grab a car. Because one of the things I do is when I start the game, first thing I do is I grab a car and sell it. Because that's easy money.
Easy money.
And I'll do that. Then, like sometimes I'll pull up and it will take me right to the option screen instead of, do you want to fix the damage? Because there's no damage on the car. So I'm like, how did I pull that off? Anyway, let me sell it.
I have never seen that screen because by the time I get 3 feet, damage in the car.
But anyway, yeah, I'm eyeballing the cheetah. I'm also eyeballing the big Batmobile-looking car that costs literally $1 million.
Oh, I got one of those.
You do?
No,
Oh.
not in online. I have one in the thing.
Oh,
you
well,
talking
yeah.
about the one that looks like the Bugatti VEYRON? Sits outside that one shop in the Beverly Hills area.
No, well, it's got like the big things that go over the wheels, and it kind of looks like the original. Like the front part looks like the original Batmobile from the Michael Keaton movie.
Okay, got kind of a semicircle kind of.
Yeah,
I think that's the one that looks. Do you know what a Bugatti Veyron is? It's the fastest car ever made.
No idea.
Fastest car ever made, did 263 miles per hour. Yeah, it's kind of funny. They had one that did like 261 or 262, and then someone in America, because this is a European car, someone in America made a car called, I think it was the Arrow. And the Arrow beat it by 1 mile an hour. So they went, put their billions of dollars of research at, Euro Trash Inc. and cocksuckers beat us again. No, I kid. European cars are great they're great for European roads. Are you into cars? Are you into
a little bit, yeah. I love cars.
I can't believe I never asked that question. You watch Top Gear, right?
A little bit. It's been a while, but I could tell you nothing about nomenclature. I can tell you what I think looks hot and what I would love to drive.
Yeah. Look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be some gearhead who knows how it all works.
Oh, right. Yeah.
My dad can do anything. He can. That guy could fix a car he's never seen before, probably telling someone else how to do it over the phone. By proxy.
Oh.
Bugatti Veyron, though, they sell them to the public $1 million in real world money.
Wow.
Yeah. Or at least last time I checked.
What's the insurance on that thing?
I doubt they will insure it.
Call up, what's it called? The something of Hollywood?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the name of it.
It's an insurance place over in England, I think.
I don't know.
They'll insure your boobs for you, too.
Thank God, because
And on that note,
I give generously to breast cancer awareness every year. I promise.
We're
Susan G. Komen for the cure.
Is there a website?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's the website?
Susan G. Komen.
.com?
I don't know. Punch it into Google, kid.
Google it.
All right, we're getting close to 25 minutes. So we
Yeah.
need to wrap it up. Bottom line, if you're gonna play a Batman game, you'd be better off playing City again.
How many stars are you giving it?
As it stands right now, I'd give it on the what do you call the Netflix scale of
1 to 5?
Yeah, of loved it, liked it, it was okay, to didn't like it, hate it. I'd probably give it right in the middle so far.
Okay, 3 or 2.5.
I give it 3.
Okay, full.
3 is kind of liked it, okay. Didn't hate it, but I'm not at the end yet, so
full 3 stars.
The real problem I'm having though is that the combat is just not as fun. They've added some new enemies, and this is what I was talking about by it being clear that Rocksteady wasn't at the helm, because the enemies they kind of lurch in there and they throw off your rhythm. But that's what the combat was all about, finding that rhythm and keeping it going. And it could be me. I mean, it could be me. Maybe once I get the hang of fighting them. But there's one guy who has 2 hits you have to block.
Right.
So if you don't hit block twice, you'll get double kicked. And it's just in the way, and after you block him, he can still throw another punch, and you have to block that too. And it becomes all about this. Instead of managing the battlefield, you're managing this one douchebag. And
This is a little late in the game for me to mention this, but this reminds me of when I played Ace Combat Assault Horizon.
Was that any good?
Gameplay was okay. Here, the story was cool. I loved everything about it, except
Except for
they added this new system that lets you kind of dog on someone's ass end. So you're like following them and you're shooting missiles and you're kind of locked on their rear and you're following them and doing all this thing.
it sounds like that's doing a lot of the work for you, though.
It just really took me. Like, I felt like I was trying to maintain more of the mechanics than maintain my role in the game. Like, it just.
My experience with Ace Combat is very limited.
I love great games.
Steve, my buddy Steve, he got me into. I think
Shattered Skies is, I think, so far the best title.
Is that 2? Because he brought over like
I think
Ace
it was
Combat
Ace
2.
Combat 4 or 5.
Okay, he brought over
I
2 on the PS2 when that thing was brand new. I didn't even have a PS2 yet. He brought his over.
Yeah,
to show me
Shattered
the
Skies
game.
is on the PS2. Yeah, it's a great game.
I really liked it, but man, the story was friggin' weird. I couldn't make heads or
Yeah,
tails.
it kind of have like this Japanime style.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going over, but your experience is reminding me of that whole thing. Like, I was super excited to play it, and then I was like, "What's this business?"
Well, the gameplay in those was great though, because I don't really like flight sims or whatever.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with them, just it's not my thing.
I love them. If you can make a good one.
Now let me ask you this: if you like flight sims, do you like any racing games?
I would, but I haven't gotten into it because they either. That's another whole show.
I don't know the whole show. I love Forza.
There's some of them, just like what I was talking about. They develop these engines for doing certain things during the race, and I'm like, this is not racing. I never signed up for this.
You would love Forza. If you ever do get an Xbox 360, I'll give you one of mine, 2 or 3 or something. I've got Forza 2, Forza 3, Forza 4, and Forza Horizon.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The neat thing about them, I don't know how this is going to work going forward, but with the other ones, after 2, they built an infrastructure around it, so you can make designs. So this is why I love it, because, you know me, fruity little artist. I like to, put cartoon characters on my cars or
oh, that's cool.
Make some funky designs. I made one that was a solid white Lamborghini, and I filled every square inch with shapes, just tiny little shapes, and I sold it for 1 million credits in the game over and over and over, because once you make the pattern, you can remake the pattern real easy. So I'd sell about 10 a day. Ching! The economy was broke in that game. I mean, 10 million a day in credits sounds like a lot, but it's more like pesos or yen.
Oh no. I gotta sell 20 Lamborghinis today, or else I'm going under. Wow.
What are we gonna do? We've only sold 7.
Oh.
You guys need to get on the ball. in our fake sitcom.
Sorry, I'm working on it.
I'm the crazy redhead around the office. And other tropes.
Oh, and I'm the silly guy. I come up with get rich quick schemes.
Michael Richards.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
We were at 30 minutes. We really need to cut this off. So.
Balin.
Bailiff?
No, I mean like popping the hatch on the hull and
I know.
diving out.
Never mind.
Right on.
All right. Bad jokes aside, we're going to call this one a day. Thank you for listening. Like us, love us, want some more of us. Anything left, Ben?
GTA Online.
I'm the Batman.
Right on. Later.
Earlier.